Hey guys, so if you saw the picture in the beginning, you know this is the Icom, I think it's the L-156. Well, I cheat. Yes, it's the LC-156. This is Icom's backpack, and I'm pretty confident it was designed specifically for the IC-703, 703 plus lines of radios. And so I do have an IC-703, and I did not have this backpack. I'll tell you how I came to get it, and let's start unloading it from the top, and I'll show you what I got in it, and hopefully maybe this coming weekend I'll get a chance to go out and test this little system out. This pole over here, this is a 17 foot or a 20 foot, I think, 18 or 20 foot telescopic fishing pole, and I got it specifically for one of the antennas I got. These little Velcro straps just hold it in, and ideally what you would have here is I think it's the AH-703, I don't even remember the antenna, but they make it, Icom makes a multi-band antenna that has different taps that you adjust up and down, and that would slide into one side, and something over here, maybe your cable or mast on the other side. They've got little pockets here that you can see where you can route your cable through, and the same on this side as well, so you could have an antenna here. So right now I'll just start taking stuff off the top, and I'll show you what I've got. Now this right here is nothing more than like a beach umbrella spike, and as you can see, it's got this big handle here, or you can step on it to push it into the sand, and the fishing pole fits right inside there. You tighten it up with this, and you can put your fishing pole up, and you really don't need any guy wires if you set this up properly. This little bag right here is pretty neat. This is an arborist throw line bag, and I picked this up. I had one of the big ones that folds, but I picked this up because it was small and compact, and I've got my 12-ounce weight in here, so I can throw this is some kind of 550 cord. I don't know I got it from Board Paracord if you're interested. I got pink because it's really highly visible, and there's also one of these loops here. Man, I gotta get used to being in the camera way up there. In the bottom of the bag that you can tie the other end of the line off. So if you throw it too far, which I won't, I got about 150 feet of line in there, maybe more. The whole bag will go with it, and you can at least see the bag dangling there. So I keep the trailing end tied off out here. I need to dress up this edge, as you can see, but it works pretty good. I did it in my last video when I did Parks on the Air. I used this bag, and they're fairly cheap. I've got two of these. I've got one in another kit downstairs, and this all just stays together like that, and you just cinch this bag up tight and put the draw cord down, and there you go. You got your arborist throw line and a nice little package, and it's not that big, about the size of a softball, I guess. I don't know what it weighs, but I'm not too concerned with weight. Now, in this pocket right here, well, let me stop. So I'll tell you how I got this backpack. So I met another ham, and we started talking. I met him through work, and we started talking, and talk about different radios we have, and which ones we like, and he mentioned that he had this, and I checked out his QRZ page, and he actually had this backpack mounted on the side of a recumbent bike with the antenna mounted, so he could ride around on this recumbent bike and talk HF comms, which was pretty cool. So he asked to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to mention his name or call sign, but he gifted this bag to me free of charge. Didn't ask for anything in return. Just told me that he hopes I enjoy the bag as much as he did. And it's got a little rub mark on it, which is no big deal. I mean, these bags are hard to find, and if you do find them, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for them. So for him to gift this to me was a really cool thing to do. And so now I'm kind of on a quest to find the antenna that matches this. It's not a priority of mine right now, but if I come across one, I'll definitely get it. So the bag has a couple of compartments, and you can go online and find out ideally how to pack this. The zipper on the top has a cover for the whole bag. It's like a rain cover. And in this pouch, what I have is I think this is a 6-foot piece of coax. And if you saw my last video, I have the adapter. I have the right adapter for the BNC to the UHF connector there. I have the QRP guys tri-band vertical antenna. So this is the antenna I'm going to use with the fishing pole that I took off earlier. The counterpoise, everything is already on here. The radiated element, everything is on there. This is the antenna that I did a video on not too long ago that I made. It has a 9-to-1 unun in here and is rated for 20 watts. So I've taken that along as well, so in case I can throw it up in a tree, because sometimes the vertical is not as good as something you can get in a tree. So I have this here. I have 29 feet of wire on it, and I can make this work. And if I don't have any structures that hoist this up in a tree, I have the vertical to use. I have this adapter. The Icom has a 1/4-inch plug for the Morse key on the back, and this is just next it down to, I'm not sure what size that is for their standard 5mm, I don't even know, for the Morse code key plug. And there's nothing else in that pouch. In the side pouch here, on this side, I have this little pouch. Now what this is designed to do is if you have a belt on, you can actually take this pouch and put the backpack on your back with that antenna I mentioned. I think it's the I'll look it up and I'll put it across the screen here somewhere. The antenna that is designed for this mobile system, or this pedestrian mobile. So you can use this cable right here, which is the Icom OP-581 or 587 separation cable, and you can put the control head, the control radio face right in here. It's got this handy dandy little clear screen to cover it and protect it, and Velcro's right there so you don't mess up the LCD screen. And you can actually snap this on your belt, and you can operate the radio from your waist with the radio on your back, which is pretty cool. And again, they have the spots here where you can run the cables and the microphone right inside there. So that's pretty nifty, I think. So right now I'm just storing the separation cable in there. And if I decide to use it, I know where the separation cable is and everything's good to go. And there's nothing else in that side compartment except for the separation cable and the control pouch. Over on this side, I have 4 tent stakes. And what I'm going to use those for is the vertical antennas from QRP guys has 4 counterpoise wires that are 10 feet long. And I'm just going to use these not to really stake them down, just to keep them taut, to keep them from, when you wire it up, when you wrap this wire up, it tends to coil a little bit. But if I stretch them out and just use these to hold them in the ground a little bit, then they stay stretched out. I also have the microphone for the IC-703 in there, and that is it in that pouch. Now let's see here. You can see it's got a pretty heavy-duty zipper on this bag. I mean, it's pretty, I don't know what, YKK zippers, I don't know. They're pretty beefy. So we'll unzip the bag here, and we will open it up just like this. So I have 15 feet of RG-174 for my feed line, along with the 6-foot I also had over there. I have an external speaker. In case I leave this in the backpack, I can run the speaker out. So I don't even have to take the radio out. I can just take the head unit and set it on the table or wherever I'm operating and plug a speaker in and not have to worry about this speaker being covered up. This is the power or the audio cable to that speaker. I have just this little power monitor right here, and the battery I'm going to use to power this. And this is interesting right here. This is actually a battery cell that I purchased. This is aftermarket for a White's TDI metal detector. And I was downstairs looking at them, and I'm like, this battery is 14.4 volts at 4.4 amp hours. And I'm like, man, that'll power this radio like it was nothing. So I put some power pole adapters on there, and I put some power pole adapters on this little piece right here, and you can't see what the amp hours are, but as you can see, if I can get this in the camera, and you can see the voltage there, right? So this will power this radio, I think, pretty good. So we should be good to go with power. And this is just so I can monitor the power going to the radio, nothing major. Over on this side is this little Velcro strap. There's one on either side here. I have the power cable for the IC-703 with some power pole adapters. This is some Kevlar Teflon braiding that I picked up at work. It was some scrap, and I just braided on the wire so it doesn't, you know, it just cleans the wire up pretty much. And here's the IC-703 sitting right inside the backpack. And like I said, you know, if you want to operate with the head unit off, you just move the switch there, and there you go. And attach the separation cable here, and run it into here, and run the head unit to wherever you want to operate. So you can leave the radio right there. I can plug an external speaker up. I can close the backpack if it's not too hot, and operate with this radio right in front of me. I mean, with the control unit right in front of me. I can plug headphones into it or my external speaker. The microphone gets plugged in right here, so you really don't even need this unit near you. I think the separation cable is probably 6 feet long. It may be more. I can't remember which one I bought. There's an 11-footer. I don't remember which one that is. So that's it in a nutshell. So, you know, with this kit right here, in one little backpack, I have got my throw line. I've got 2 antennas. I've got a microphone for sideband operation. One thing I don't have in here is a Morse key, and I don't know why I don't have it, but I'll probably use the TENA key or the other key that you saw in my HB1B kit. Another thing I didn't put in here yet was I have one of these ARRL all-weather log books and a pencil, and I prefer these pencils because you can sharpen them with a pocket knife, which I always have on me. And really that's it. I mean, it's probably heavy. I'm not sure what it weighs. It's not a light backpack with all this stuff in it, but to fit in the truck and to walk to a picnic table, I've got everything I need. And that's my goal, is to have everything in one kit, so I don't have the same problem I did last time where I forgot an adapter. This adapter right here, you know, it's embarrassing, shameful for us to forget things like that when we know what we need. So yeah, I think that's it. And hopefully I'll get out this weekend and maybe test this system out, see how it works. Maybe take the HB1B out with me. I'll be operating near my vehicle, near my truck, so I can just take all my stuff in different pouches and test it all out at the same time. Well, that does it for this video. Hope y'all think this is pretty cool. And if you know where I can find one of those antennas at a reasonable price, let me know and I'll see what I can do, because it would be pretty ideal to have the complete setup here. But I'm very happy with the backpack. Thanks a lot. You know who you are for gifting this backpack to me. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys later. 7-3 and happy operating.